flu deaths have dropped dramatically in Australia thanks to COVID-19 restrictions. From January to June this year, there were only 36 deaths from the flu compared with 430 during the same period last year. Experts say it's because of the lockdown measures, including social distancing, schools being closed and better hygiene. Ben, are there lessons we can learn long-term about this? You know, social distancing and our hygiene issues seem to be a good way going forward, don't they?
Well, I think it's really interesting that you make this point. I mean, I did say this a few weeks ago in a conversation with my friends. I said, I wonder what social distancing is going to abolish because, we are going to see a sign of the times being changed. A lot of people discussing how we interact is never going to go back to the same way. The 9-to-5ers are not going to probably ever go back to that 9-to-5 Monday to Friday routine. A lot of people will be now working from home. Handshakes and things like that, which, people are saying, what are we going to replace the handshake with? Maybe it's not the elbow tap. Maybe we'll take a page out of the Japanese, but out of Japan's book, and we'll bow at people. Interestingly enough, we are going to change the way that we interact with people, and that means that things like the flu, which is transmitted pretty much the same way as COVID, are probably going to fall by the wayside.
Robbo, would you be happy to see handshakes go and kiss on the cheek? I'll tell you what, I won't be sad to see kiss on the cheeks go, because the one thing I always get confused when I have a meeting or catch up with a female person is whether the kiss on the cheek is acceptable. Television is one of those industries where it happened, but I did have an occasion recently where I did the TV thing, even though I'm a little uncomfortable with it, and she had gone in for the handshake. And it was just awkward as. And this was a very big, a big executive at a network.
I would think that if you knew the person, you need to meet them, let's say, minimum 3 times before you're able to do the kiss on the cheek. Look, going back to this situation here, we're not going to social distance forever. It's just not going to happen. So we will see flu deaths rise again. The handshake will return. The handshake is already really back. It didn't really leave. Obviously, in Victoria, that's a different story. But this is just one of those things. Flu and things like it are a part of human life. It's a part of the universe. If you know what I'm trying to say there, that's what it is to be human. That's what it is to live on this planet. Obviously, we can do things where COVID-19 is very contagious and things like that. We should do that. But this is part of the course, isn't it, of living, is that there will be things that we get sick from. We can't stop every single sickness ever.
I think you need to. I think you made a bit of a slip there. There was a bit of a missing link in the chain, and I think that when you say, "Oh, the handshake has never really left," are you telling me that you're still shaking people's hands?
In Queensland, I am. Yeah.
Well,
yep.
I'm pretty sure that that's a bad idea. Even though you're in Queensland, I'm telling you. Lots of different people in the other states are making all these comments about Victoria, but I do see Victoria as being a state that is basically a trial case for how Australia is going to need to adapt and adopt a lot of these things. So, I'm going to just say to you, and to anyone that's out there listening, not Victorians, but right across Australia, handshakes are done. As in, don't be shaking people's hands. You have no idea who you're coming into contact with. And, these things... you're probably right about the flu. You're probably right about the flu in the sense that the flu will probably come back, but it has dropped because of the amount of lack of contact that we have adopted.
Can I also just say...
I take that on board. I really do.
And one thing to put you off shaking people's hands, I have seen so many men go to the urinal and not wash their hands that I am so happy not to shake people's hands.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo Show. Ben, Rob and Robbo Show.